One of the cool things about Albion Online is that almost every item in the game world was created by a player. This includes many of the mounts we ride, such as riding horses, transport oxen, swift claws, dire wolves, and even faction mounts. In this video, I'll show you everything you need to know to grow your own mounts. First of all, you'll want to have premium for as long as you plan to grow your own mounts. There are a lot of reasons for this, but the most important ones are that you need crafting focus to nurture your animals so they'll have babies of their own, and you need crafting focus to water your plants so you can get new seeds to grow new food for your animals. For the rest of this video, I'm going to assume you have premium. Some of this stuff is possible without premium, but it's probably not worth it. The first step is to buy a private island from the island vendor in your city. If you need more info on buying an island, please see my video, How Do I Get a Private Island? Once you have an island, you need to upgrade it so that you can build a pasture. If you upgrade to level 2, your island will have a single sandy plot where you can build any type of farming facility, including a pasture. But you're going to need to feed your animals, and vegetables are expensive at the market. I recommend that you upgrade at least twice to level 3. That'll let you build both a farm for veggies and a pasture for animals. You can build on your island by pressing H or clicking or tapping your avatar and selecting Build. The Build menu has several tabs for the different types of structures you can create, but you want the Farming tab where all the farming stuff lives. Unlike houses and shops, there's never a need to upgrade farms or pastures. You just place the structure and add some materials, and once the structure is complete, you're all set for good. Before you can grow a journeyman's foal or ox calf, you must first unlock the harvester skill on your destiny board. For that, you've got to harvest 1,350 fame worth of carrot seeds. Each plot you harvest will get you 150 fame. So with one single field full of 9 carrot plots, you'll have enough fame to unlock the harvester skill. But hold on, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Naturally, in order to harvest carrot seeds, that means you must first plant some carrot seeds and wait for them to grow into carrots. You can buy your first seeds from the farm vendor on your island once it's at least level 2. But the seeds are almost always cheaper at the market in your city. Once you've bought 9 carrot seeds, you may never have to buy any more again as long as you remember to water your crops. You're going to water each of the plots using your crafting focus. You could click each plot and then click water, but if you're on a desktop, it's quicker and easier just to shift-click them. The water bucket icon floating over each plot lets you know what's going to happen if you shift-click. And once you've watered a plant, the icon goes away. The amount of focus you'll spend watering each plot will eventually go down as your skill in carrot farming goes up. So you'll be able to stretch your focus further. At the moment, my carrot farming specialization is at 99 out of 100, and it costs me 127 focus per plot. Compare that to my alt character, AOFAQ. At carrot farming level 8, he spends 697 focus just to water each carrot plot. Okay, now you just need to wait 22 hours to harvest the plot. Yes, that means 22 real-world hours. If you come back to your farm this time tomorrow, they'll be ready. It would take literally twice as long for them to grow if you didn't have premium. When they're ready to harvest, the basket icon will appear over each plot of carrots. You can click each one if you want to see details, or just shift-click to harvest them fast. When you've harvested all 9 plots of carrots, you will unlock the harvester skill. Congratulations! Now, you're able to place Tier 3 baby animals such as Journeyman's foals and Journeyman's ox calves. As with seeds, you can always buy baby animals at the farm vendor. There's a separate tab for baby animals. But here again, you're going to pay way less at the market in your city. This is not because the prices at the farm vendor are unfair or a ripoff. It's because nobody would buy baby animals and seeds at the market if they cost more than they did at the farm vendor, right? Would you? So, that means that if somebody goes to sell them at the market, they have to sell them for less than what you'd pay at the farm vendor. As long as you keep using focus to water your plants every time, you're going to end up with some extra seeds sooner or later. With carrots, for example, you literally get 2 seeds for every plant, so in your first harvest, you've already got 9 extra seeds that you're not going to use. When you start building up stacks of these extra seeds, you may want to take them to the market every so often and sell them off. Your best bet when you do this is to place a sell order matching the current lowest price. That will always be lower than whatever the farm vendor on people's islands would have charged them. Okay, anyway, so take your baby foal or ox calf and once again click Place. Then position the adorable little thing wherever you want it to hang out in the pasture. Next, you can click a baby animal to see more details and feed it some of those carrots manually, or just shift-click to feed it fast. Now, this is important. At the same time that you feed your animals, you must also spend crafting focus to nurture them. This ensures that they will have babies when they finally do grow up. And if you're lucky, you might even get an extra baby animal once in a while, which you can then use to either expand your operation or sell it at the market for a nice profit. As with the carrot farming specialization, you'll eventually spend less and less focus each time you nurture each animal. Now you'll have to wait 22 hours for your babies to grow up. With Tier 3 animals, 22 hours is the full growth cycle when you have premium. The same applies to meat and produce animals like chickens and cows. After 22 hours, they'll be fully grown. But for mount animals above Tier 3, you will need more than one 22-hour cycle for the animal to be fully grown. For example, with this Tier 6 foal, you need to complete at least 4 feeding cycles of 22 hours each before the foal will grow into an adult horse. Each time the feeding cycle ends, the animal will stop growing and wait for you to feed it again. There's no harm to the animals, they'll wait for you forever, but they just won't grow unless you keep feeding them. Keep in mind, you can't nurture an animal until you've fed it enough food to satisfy it. That's 10 carrots worth for small animals, but it will be many, many more carrots for higher tier animals. For example, this Tier 6 ox calf eats 69 carrots every day. Using more expensive veggies does not reduce the number that you need to feed each animal. It'd be the same for Tier 1 carrots or Tier 8 pumpkins. And since carrots cost less than pumpkins or other higher tier vegetables, the choice of what to feed your animals is obvious. So now you finally have a fully grown animal and a fresh baby to start the cycle of life all over. I'm getting all misty-eyed. But your journeyman's ox or horse is not a mount. It's just a full-grown animal. Take it to the saddler, along with the required materials, in order to craft a mount from it. The ability to craft mounts uses your same animal breeder skill, so if you can grow the baby, you can create the corresponding mount once it's an adult.
Easy now.
By looking at the craftable section of the skill info, you can see each type of mount that you could create. Click one of them to see what other materials you'll need in order to make a mount beyond the animal itself. And here's a tip. When you're ready to saddle the beast and make it into a mount, be sure to save up enough crafting focus to use it when you craft the mount so that you have a better chance of higher mount quality, and you can get some of your saddle materials back. Also, consider eating a salad like a turnip salad or a potato salad immediately before you craft to further boost your quality chances. Now, of course, horses and oxen aren't the only types of mounts you can grow. Not even close. Your pasture will also take things like stags or moose. And if you build a kennel on a sandy plot, you can grow all kinds of meat-eating animals, such as swiftclaws, dire wolves, swamp salamanders, even bears. These carnivorous animals aren't available from the farm vendor, though you will find their babies at the marketplace. You can see the name of the baby animal in your destiny board, so you know what to search for. Feed these little critters raw chicken, since that's the cheapest meat available. You won't catch them eating carrots or any other veggies. You might think about growing some of your own chickens if you're going to raise carnivores. Then you can take the chickens to the butcher to slaughter them for raw chicken to feed your baby animals.
That's all?
And if you're feeling adventurous, many of those baby animals can be obtained by killing their wild adult versions in the wilderness. This applies to carnivores and the more exotic veggie eaters, such as stags or mooses. Moose? For example, you could kill a ton of stags and hope one of them drops a fawn. You don't need any special skill or equipment to harvest the baby. It just drops in a loot sack like any other loot. But the drop rate on all such baby animals is extremely low. Most times you won't get anything but combat fame, unless you also skin the dead animals. If you find yourself wondering why the babies are so expensive at the market, just spend a few hours trying to get lucky and get one of them to drop, and you'll begin to understand. Keep in mind, once you have enough animal breeder skill, you can grow faction mounts on your island too. The baby animals for these come from each city's faction master in exchange for faction points. But, of course, you can buy and sell baby faction animals at the market as well. Okay, I think that's about everything you could want to know about growing your own mounts, at least enough to get you started on the right footing. Thanks for watching. Check out my other Albion Online FAQ videos with simple answers to your burning questions like these.